Hello everyone. SICASA Hyderabad welcomes you to the webinar. This is Sumant Memori, Vice Chairman of SICASA Hyderabad. So before starting the webinar, I would just like to, tell few things. First, we have planned these sessions as part one and part two. Right now we have the part one, and the part two will be on the 20th September. That is next week Saturday. So today we'll be covering some basic questions on what exactly is industrial training and what are the domains you have and your pre-interview prep. So firstly, I request everyone to turn off your mic and video and attend the session from start until the end. We are here to serve a purpose and you are here to take it. And now I request our SICASA chairman, our CA, Mukira Saicharan Reddy sir, to address the people.
Yeah, hi all, good evening. Hope we haven't spoiled your weekend. And I know few of you are already busy in filings. And I think we were planning this session from past many days. Initially, I think last month we discussed about this, but it got little bit delayed. So I think this session will be useful for you all. And we'll be also sharing the recording in the YouTube channel, also SICASA YouTube channel. Those who have missed the session can also rewatch it again. And and thanks to all the speakers for coming forward and taking out their time, and who will be sharing their valuable inputs to you all. And I hope you will be having a wonderful session today. And all the best, everyone.
Uh, Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful insights. Now I request my committee member, Mr. Sampath Kumar, who is the treasurer of SICASA Hyderabad, to give a small introduction about what exactly is industrial training and a small intro about our speakers. Sampath, over to you.
Thank you, Suman. Hello everyone. I'm Sampath, and I'm the treasurer of SICASA Hyderabad. Today we are here for an insightful session on industrial training, and we have our speakers for the session. We have different industrial trainees with us today, and one of which is also a qualified chartered accountant who has recently cleared her CA exams in May 2025 as CA Srishti Sahu. She has done her industrial training from UBS. And we also have Jeevan, who has done his industrial training from HSBC. And we also have Reddy, who has done who is doing his industrial training from Reddy, which is in Hyderabad. And then we also have Inder Gaud, who is currently doing his industrial training from Barclays Bank in Chennai. And we also have another speaker, Ambika, who is doing her industrial training from Dr. Reddy's laboratories in Hyderabad. And lastly, we also have Varshini, who is doing her industrial training from HSBC in Bangalore. So we hope we'll provide a value addition to your evening today. And this session is currently being recorded. So we request you all to please keep your videos off for a better smooth flow of the internet and a better recording. And we will definitely, let you ask the questions at the end of the session. So please save your questions for the end. We have taken all your responses, we have collated them, and have prepared the questions. So let's get started. We are SICASA Hyderabad, starting it now. So the first question that we have seen as the main and the basic question is, what is industrial training? So in a nutshell, if I have to tell you what is an industrial training, it is basically nothing but you're working for a company. Assume that you're a CA firm that is currently doing the first year of articleship. You're auditing a company, say, Amazon. So you're in company A, who is doing the audit of company B, where you're auditing their work. But now you will be doing something. Now in the industrial training, you will be doing something that is going to be audited. In simple terms, you are going to see what the work that a company actually does. And now, talking about what is the eligibility for industrial training. As per the ICA guidelines, it is necessary that the student has completed at least 12 months of their articleship and can only apply to industrial training between 9 to 12 months of their articleship. That means when you are in your 12th month of articleship till your 16th month of your articleship, you are eligible to apply. Prior to that and post that, you are not eligible to apply. So I hope you are clear with that. And now moving on to the next question we have is, can we actually do industrial training in abroad? So I would like our speakers to answer this question.
So yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. This is Inder. So to answer the question like doing studying in abroad, actually that is not feasible in considering the current situations, because for doing studying abroad requires employee visa or any other what to say guidelines which are not eligible for an intern to do. So in that case, that is not a thing. One of the peers said that that is still in considerations with the ICE. ICE it is considering the situation. So currently there is no option for that. If anyone want to add the point, they can.
Yeah. Hi everyone. This is Hruday. So as like in the previous ICI sessions which have happened, there is one note has been come out that industrial training outside the India is under proposal. The proposal is made and it was still under consideration. So at the moment, the industrial training abroad is not happening. It might come in future because ICI is trying to globalize its standards.
Okay, good enough. So we will be going to the next question. So, uh, well, so how do we know whether a company is good for training? Hriday, can you share your inputs on this?
I'm having some issue here. Just give me a moment. Yeah. Hi. So is my voice clear?
Yeah, clear.
Hello.
You're audible, Hriday. Please continue.
Yeah. So basically, there are five type of industries in which we usually pursue for industrial training. So one of them is MNCs, as you all know. Then comes the big four, startups, PSUs, and other industry companies. So there are majorly five type of classifications in which we usually pursue our industrial training, and how to choose a right company. So first of all, you need to check whether company reputation, is it a better company, is it giving you value addition or not. Then you should look for the industry's exposure it is providing. So what sort of experience you are gaining in the industrial training with that company. Then comes the learning opportunities. So as I said, the value addition. So that's the most important thing. And last thing is the work environment. So which says that there's a feasibility of timing, flexibility, and what are the benefits you're getting. So that's the thing. So is there anything to add on to the other from the other speakers? Yeah, please add it.
I think this can be better covered with the when we are going to cover about the domains, because that's when you can even tell about the practical exposure that the students are going to get. Until then, we'll proceed on to the next question. That is, how important is ICI portal for industrial training? I think Ambika, you could provide your response on this.
Yeah, I guess it will be better if I cover it after the intro part.
Okay, sure. So the next question I would go is, how flexible are the working hours in industrial training? Today, can you share your insights on this?
Yeah, I think if I go with my presentation, everything will be covered at once. I think most of the points are in the presentation itself.
Okay, cool. So before we proceed ahead, so what I would like to tell to all the attendees is now we'll be covering about the domains. So in which most of your questions will be getting answered. You'll be getting to know what is the work that will be there, what is the exposure that you can expect, how will be the work-life balance, and what was the personal experience of our speakers in their industrial training. So firstly, I would like to uh, ask Ms. CS50 Sahu to please present her industrial training experience. She has worked in UBS. So, Sisti, over to you.
Yeah. So, hello everyone, and thank you, SICASA, for giving this opportunity. So, I'm doing my industrial training into UBS. I would like to share my screen as well for a better reference to everyone. Okay, let me know if the screen is visible. Okay. So, guys, I'm pursuing my industrial training into UBS, and I did my 1.5 years, and currently in September end, I will be completing my industrial training there. I recently qualified my CA final as well. So, talking about UBS. So, UBS, you all know it's a investment bank, that global and asset wealth management bank here. It has its office in Pune, Mumbai, and into Hyderabad location. So basically, my role there in UBS as a CA industrial trainee was into the global cost controlling department. Now, you all know that each and every company or each and every organization, or be it a bank, they have few costs to be incurred, be it the technology cost, be it the HR cost, be it the audit, because they have to spend a lot on auditing because there are a lot of compliances to be taken care of. So my work as an industrial training into global cost control was the in the investment banking there are different kinds of legal entities. So broadways, UBS is present into 128 countries, and all its revenue generating activities like the asset wealth management, the investment banking, the trading part, everything happens in the regions which are present outside India. And in India, UBS has its back office, which is basically the supporting functions to those offices. So what we do here as a cost controlling team is whatever the costs are incurred by those 128 countries or those 128 branches, we allocate them to each and every P&L properly. Because let's take an example, if Mumbai office is incurring few HR expenses for Pune office, so is it right that those expenses would be shown into the Mumbai office P&L? No, right? Though after consolidation, it will be showing as a UBS as a whole. But when we are talking about the Mumbai branch itself, it's not right that the costs are getting accumulated for the Mumbai office. So we look upon that whether all the particular costs are getting allocated to each and every office properly. Now, talking about UBS, UBS has recently acquired Credit Suisse in 2023. And if I were to say that UBS offers industrial training into these many domains. The first domain is product control. So basically, what is a product? In investment bank, a product, it might be derivatives. And as you all know, derivatives, it will be commodity derivatives, equity derivatives, fixed asset derivatives. There are n number of instruments. Then your swaps, your interest rate swap, plain vanilla bonds. So there are various kinds of instruments that you will get to learn into your AFM. So what is a product control? For an investment bank, all these instruments are a product. And there is a front end desk in the regions. There are APAC, which is the Asia Pacific region, EMEA, which is the Europe and Middle Eastern regions. So these people, these are known as the front end investment bankers. They do some tradings in these particular derivatives.
Sisti, just a minute. Can you just unmute yourself?
Oh, was I
There
speaking
is a
on
small
mute?
glitch actually. That's it. Please
Okay.
go on.
Okay. So I was talking about product control. So basically, I told you, right, there are derivatives, interest rate swaps, there is equity derivatives, commodity derivative, fixed asset derivatives. So the front end investment bankers, which are present in the revenue generating countries, which is the Asia Pacific, the Europe and the Middle Eastern parts of the like the world. So what they do is they do the trading into these derivatives and options, calls and puts. Now these are the front end investment bankers. Now there is a back office, which is India. And what does UBS and product control do? Whatever the revenue or whatever the gain or loss they are doing in these trades, it is flowing into our system. And what the product control industrial trainees do is they have to prepare the profit and loss statements and balance sheets for daily basis for the traders. So basically, product control is all about you reporting a derivative, interest rate swap, like entire revenue, profit, gain, loss, everything into a P&L or a balance sheet. Then comes the global cost, which is my domain in which I explain you. There is group treasury. Now, every bank, like they deal with the money of different people, investors, but they themselves have some surplus money to invest and earn for themselves. So what does group treasury department do is group treasury is basically where UBS is investing for itself. So what does group treasury interns will do here is whatever the instruments in which UBS is investing for its own self, they will be dealing with that, like reporting the P&L, like calculating the profit and loss. And so basically it's a very middle-ended role in the investment banking that happens in the product control and the group treasury. Then comes the reg reporting. So to any of the bank or organizations, there are various types of laws, regulations that apply. So regulatory reporting, if you go into industrial training, which your role would be report like all the regulations, whatever the laws are applying to that particular legal entity. Like there are 128 countries and each country will have around 10 to 12 legal entities. So it makes around 200, 300 legal entities in UBS within itself. So every region will have their own laws. So you will be reporting for that region according to their country's law. Then comes the tax and legal compliances. So basically now UBS is a bank, it will be generating some revenue, it will have to pay its taxes. There would be some legal compliances like entity to entity transfer. So transfer pricing will also play a role in this particular tax and legal compliances. So in a broader term, UBS hires for these particular 5 areas, which is the product control, cost allocation, treasury, reg reporting, and legal and tax compliance, and also transfer pricing. So my experience as an industrial trainee in UBS is like you are coming out of a nutshell. In the CA firms, we are only towards the Indian clients, the auditing, taxation part. But when you come here, you get to know all about what a back office of an investment bank looks like. Because front office of investment banks are not present in India. And one more thing, if anyone tells you like, okay, you will be hiring for front office into India in all these MNC banks, don't believe in that myth, because in India there is no front end offices for any of the investment banks. So basically my experience was a very good learning. We get to connect with many of the people, those who are actually present outside India. We get to connect with CFOs also, sometimes with the legal entity controllers. And UBS as a organization, I would say they are very flexible with the timings. Like you have shifts here. If you are working into the APAC shift, which is the Asia Pacific, your timings would be morning 8 a.m. to evening 5 p.m. If I'm working, like my shift was into global cost, I have to support the globally. My timings would be 1:30 in the afternoon till 10:30 in the night. So you have an ample amount of time to focus on your studies as well. And UBS environment is very friendly, be it the Pune office, Mumbai office, or the Hyderabad office. They are very like environment is very friendly with you. You can go into the office like literally. I have done all completed few of my classes while sitting in the office, going into some cabins when I was not having any work. So UBS gives you a very lenient environment to focus on your studies as well. And they also encourage you to go and participate in a lot of activities which ICI conducts and all. So altogether, this was my experience. If anyone else wants to add about their experience?
Jeevan, can you tell about your experience in HSBC?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all good. This is Jivan. I have done my industrial training from HSBC from August 2024 to August 2025. So I have worked in the domain intercompany. It comes under finance. So let me share a PPT quickly to take you through the domain. Yeah, so I have worked in the finance operations intercompany division. So I'll give you guys a brief about the domain intercompany. I hope everyone knows about transfer pricing, where financial transactions happen between companies under the same group, which are located in different companies, of course, countries, of course. So intercompany domains primarily deals with the transactions that happen between companies and entities, between different entities in different countries under the group HSBC. I have represented HSBC Holdings PLC, which is located in the United Kingdom, and it is also the headquarters of the group. So we need to acknowledge that intercompany transactions make no sense in consolidated financial statements at group level, since they all sums up to zero. But to maintain transparency and for the purposes of various reports to the governments of the countries across the world, and of course in standalone financial statements, the role of department intercompany is very crucial. So I can broadly classify the activities in ICO, I mean intercompany, into four different categories. That is intercompany reconciliations, nostro manuals, intercompany database management, and ancillary activities. So coming to the intercompany reconciliations, we know entities from different countries will enter into contracts, agreements which involve the physical movement of the cash. So let's say logically, let's imagine two hypothetical situation. Company A is there and company B is there. So company A is giving a service to company B. So A is a giver and B is a receiver of the service. So in the financial sense, the value of the service would be recorded like this. And I mean, let's say for company A, the transaction is an asset. And for the company B, which is receiving the service, it is a liability, which is accrued in both of the company's books. It is not paid immediately, so it is accrued. Hence, we call it an asset and a liability. So, and for them, settlement doesn't happen with immediate effect. Just like any other business, intercompany transactions will also have credit period, aged debts, settlements, and even disputes for the invoices that have been raised. So what we do is we reconcile both the books of the companies A and B, the standalone books of the companies in different countries at given points of time, let's say monthly, quarterly, and we make sure that combined effect is zero at the group level. And if there is any mismatch in the bookings made by the companies, we analyze the cause for the such mismatch. And the mismatch may be due to human error or any dispute with respect to the invoice that has been raised. So after analyzing, we do whatever is needed to substantiate for the same. And we sign off the accounts, which will eventually flow to the preparation of financial statements at the group level at the year end. So this is a simple brief about intercompany reconciliations. And we do nostro manuals in the second place. So let me explain you a simple thing now. Nostro bank accounts, you who are currently studying CA final AFM may know about it. In the forex chapter, it will be there. So nostro bank accounts are usually, let's assume there is an Indian HSBC bank and United Kingdom HSBC bank. So the HSBC India, the bank will have a bank account in HSBC UK's bank and vice versa. These bank accounts are called nostro manuals. Sorry, nostro bank accounts. So what is the use of this nostro bank account? Let's say letter of undertakings, not the GST letter of undertakings. There are some kind of guarantees that have been given by the banks to the banks in other countries. You might have heard it in near Nirav Modi scam. The complete scam has been happened with the letter of undertaking only. So for giving loans and letter of undertakings, banks do maintain these nostro bank accounts with other banks in India as well as outside India. So in HSBC, what I do on a daily basis is for few bank transactions, there would be no entries. So we post them manually in the books. So what we do basically is, generally what we do, there is a bank transaction in the bank. So we should have a corresponding journal entry in the books. But sometimes what happens is, there will be a bank transaction in the bank, but there will be no corresponding entry in the books. So what we do is we reconcile both the data every day, and whatever is not there in the books, we post them manually. So I would have a hold of a few nostro accounts, like let's say 60 to 70 bank accounts I used to have, that have been spread across the world. Where there will be transactions of there will be like dividend payments, share buybacks, ESOPs, service level agreements or any third party payments like for Visa, Mastercards, there will be payments going and receipts coming in. So such transactions we will check them in books. I would post them manually into ledgers after sourcing the accounting code from the origin of the bank transaction. If the same is not there in the books. So this is basically a reconciliation between physical cash movement in bank and ledgers in the books of accounts. And the third is intercompany database management. So what we do here is, as a company, as an entity, separate entity under the group, what a company does is, whatever the service it provides to the other companies in the same group, it provides an invoice for whatever the service it is based on the automated uh, it automated amount of value of service. It provides an invoice to the other company, which is primarily maybe located in another country. So same like any other company, here we will have age dates, credit line services, all that is managed. So what we do is on monthly basis. So whatever the invoice that have been raised in this month, and what are the invoices that have been settled this month, and or any kind of disputes are there. So that we all maintain in a software that has been built by HSBC. So we maintain all the database and we sign off the same, and it is audited on regular basis. So this is about intercompany database management. And fourth one, ancillary activities. These are like regular activities which have been we'll do it on daily basis, or sometimes we will have audit requests coming from PwC. PwC is the statutory auditor of HSBC. So ancillary activities are many. I can't explain them now. It depends on the day or the time of the activity that has been done. So this is a very broad classification and an umbrella view of what a person in HSBC intercompany department as an industrial trainee will perform. And on a personal front, working at HSBC is a very delightful experience. You'll get to have very lot of connections in articleship. Talking with a chartered accountant is like a teacher to student relation. But here in industrial training, it is not such. They will behave like as if they are your friends. It is like we will have a very jovial relations with whoever the person working, whether he may be a CA or he may be a MBA graduate from IIMs or any other big colleges. And we will also get to have to meet very big personalities within HSBC, like who are the head of finances or even CFO. At that level of person, we can directly contact them if we have any work with them. Also it will help us. It will help CA final student to get into good placements once he clears the final. So this is all about my experience with HSBC. Thank you for your attention. Yeah, thank you.
Great, Jeevan. Can you also share, like, for whom is this better? Like, which kind of individuals would be better suited for this kind of job role?
Yeah. Basically, industrial training should be done by people who are not interested in opening a CA firm or getting to practice once they clear CA. Because if you're not getting into practice, obviously you will go to companies where you will go to the service sector, MNCs. So doing industrial training will help you get there very quickly because you will have an ample amount of time worked in MNCs before only. It might be 12 months or 1.5 years. It doesn't matter. You will have ample amount of experience in your hands before getting into an MNC. If you want to work in a service sector, it's better if you go to industrial training.
Jeevan, I have one doubt. Can you clarify me if I ask?
Sure.
So before getting into industrial training, so we can, in the first year of articles, we can complete FR and AFM subjects so that we can easily crack the interview. Could you give insight of this?
Yeah, it may based on individual cases. Like some technical interviews may ask for Ind AS or AFM related subjects, and some may not ask. It completely depends on the job description. So let's say I worked in intercompany, right? So intercompany has nothing to do with AFM. So they don't, you casually ask for anything, since it's there in your syllabus, let me ask for this person. They don't do interview like that. They will ask technical questions based on the job description. So it's better to prepare interviews with respect to the job description. And if you're trying to study FR and AFM before even getting into the industrial training, it's very good thing to do. You'll get a lot of time to revise the exam papers for the exam. That's a good thing to do. But it may or may not help you with the interview to crack. It depends on
Yeah,
major.
thank you, Jivan. Thank you for your confirmation.
Yeah. Thank you.
Guys, and also our audience, we will be giving a separate session for these questions as well, and definitely all your questions will be covered. So please bear with us. Currently, just let's finish off this domain part, and then we'll move on to the next section where you can actually, ask the questions as well. So moving on, next we have Reddy. So can you share your experiences, Reddy, at Red Health?
Hi everyone. So is my audio and video clear for you?
Your audio is clear, but your video is not visible.
Is it clear now? I think some issue with my camera.
That's okay. You can present your PPT.
Yeah, I'll just present this. Clear? Sampath, can you confirm? Is it
Yes,
present?
it is clear. It's clear.
Yeah. So good evening, guys. So I'm Reddy Sai. I'm pursuing my industrial training in Red Health in Hyderabad. So I joined Red Health in February 2025. So basically, Red Health is a brand name. Its corporate name is Tanplus Technologies Private Limited. It is dealing with the emergency care services. As people in Hyderabad so many times might have encountered an ambulance with a branding called Red Ambulances. So they are actually in the process of revolutionizing the medical care system in India. So I have joined in the Department of Finance, which has internally 3 domains: FP&A, controllership, as well as legal and CS. I don't usually interact with legal team, but I work with the corporate company secretary. So what is my work experience at Red Health? So as I said, I work with 3 different divisions at Red Health Finance Department. So first one I work most is the controllership. So where I assist in the monthly closures, the monthly revenue finalization, as well as preparing the monthly P&Ls and all. Then comes the financial reporting for the Indian company in following the accounting standards, as well as we have the parent company at Singapore, for which we prepare the consolidated financial statements based on IFRS. Then comes audit coordination. So every company, as per MCA, has to undergo the audit. So I team up with the audit team, then preparing the reconciliation, necessary documentation, testing of controls, details, etc. I work with the audit team in audit coordination. Then also there are some other monthly MIS preparations which we prepare every month. There are 2 type of MIS reports we prepare. One is for the internal, that is for the board, and one goes for the external. The external report is provided for the financial institutions which is providing us the borrowings. Then another one goes for the investors, so who are providing the funding for the company. Then comes the compliances and internal controls, take care of the audit trails and everything. Then monthly reconciliations, quarterly reconciliations, the TDS reconciliations we need to do quarterly basis, and monthly sales versus GST, everything. Then we have a subsidiary company in Chennai. Its name is TAC. So I take care of the compliances, monthly revenue, and holistically everything I take care of it. Then comes the FPA. Like most of the people will be interested in FPA because it looks challenging, it looks new, and most of the companies post qualification prefer FPA background people. So what I work in the FPA division is I prepare the forecast for monthly, which will be submitted for the bankers and borrowers. Then I led a individual project to analyze the cost for our in-house assistance center. So in CA into financial management, we all know, we all have done this buy or make decisions. So just like to for our assistance center, which we provide the call assistance for the ambulances and the customers, we have led a cost analysis. Then, as I said, we are a startup. Sorry.
Please go ahead,
Hello.
Vijay.
Yeah. So we are a startup. So we need funding to run the company. So we have undergone 3 series of fundings. Now we are undergoing the 4th series of funding, which is called Series C. And I am working along with the investment bankers and the FPA team regarding the funding processes and other financial analysis like cost and control, etc. Then comes the CS part. I support. Sorry, I think there is some disturbance.
It's okay. You just
Yeah,
please go on.
yeah. So then comes the third thing, which I interact with the company secretary for regarding the ROC filings, then regulatory documents like we need to maintain MGT1 for equity preference and MGT2 and other requirement documents. And there are so many statutory compliances. There are monthly filings, annual filings, and all. So I work with the company secretary regarding the filings and documentation of those, and the documentation of minutes. Every board meeting need to be recorded, everything. So all those company secretary compliances, I work with the CS and to ensure everything is done properly. Then how to approach for industrial training. This is my approach, and so when I want to start my articleship, I had this on mind. I will go for industrial training after my first year of articleship. So I applied for the firms based on that who allows me to go for industrial training. Likewise, I have approached the firm SVR Co, where I did my first year of articleship. This is a mid-sized firm based in Hyderabad, and my principal is very friendly and supportive. He supported me many ways in preparation for the industrial training, for cracking the interview, how to approach the people. He gave me some references too. So that helped me a lot. Then I informed my principal at the time of joining itself, I will leave after 1 year. So I didn't get any issue regarding the transition. I started searching for the industrial training opportunities 2 months prior to the end of my articles. So my articles was completed on Jan 31st for first year. I started my hunt in the mid of December. So the major sources I preferred are ICA portal announcements, LinkedIn, Naukri, and some of my friends' references through. LinkedIn is the major source where you get all the announcements and all. Then comes which company to choose. There are few people who think that can we do industrial training in PSUs and can we do in Big Fours? So this was a question asked at the beginning of the session. So you can take a screenshot of this slide. The process of how about you do your industrial training in MNCs, how it looks in startup, Big Four, PSUs, and industry corporate. To be honest, I applied for MNCs, I applied for PSUs, I applied for startups, everything. So I have few other options in my hand. Then among all those, I opted for startup because that is aligned with my career path. So what are the key factors in selecting a company? In my case, I opted for a startup, which is challenging as well as cross-functional. Then there are dynamic opportunities for me. The most important opportunity, the most highlight of opportunity you'll be getting in a startup is recognition, which you might not get in a big MNC before. In my company during my 3rd month of industrial training. So what are the key factors you should select in a company? First one is industry exposure. whether you are selecting a company that is giving you good exposure or not. So, not all the startups I say will give you a better exposure. Some might not give you good value addition also. So not all the MNCs do. Because when selecting a company, you need to keep in mind all these 4 points: the reputation of the company, work environment, learning opportunities, and industry exposure. If you are having a lot of good learning environments, but the work environment is toxic, then you cannot survive there, because you need to study as well as pursue your industrial training. So when you can balance all these 4 things, it will help you a lot. So then what is the difference between articleship and industrial training? In industrial training, you will be having work-life balances and flexibility of timing, then structured environment. These are the 3 points I mentioned here as a major things, but there are so many things when compared to articleship, there are beneficial in industrial training. Like you'll be having responsibilities, and the timings are flexible. You will be having weekend ops. Compared to articleship, there will be rush seasons from April to September, October. You will be running behind the deadlines. There will be no time for you to prepare. The whole time will be lost in office itself. But in industrial training, opting for a better company with proper flexible timings, it will benefit you all. Also, comparison between articleship work and industrial training work. As I worked in mid-sized firm, I have done few audits. Then I moved on to industrial training, where I am doing the audit again. So the difference between the two scenarios is like, when I'm in the articleship, I'm always on the side of questioning the client and asking, how is it done? What is done? In the sense of questioning. When you move on to the side of industrial training, so you are in the shoes of a company who's being audited. So you should be ready with the answers. It is in the case of statutory audit. In case of internal audit, uh, external external auditor who comes for the internal audit, he won't check all the things. There are also some cases where go for sampling, and there will be a checklist which they follow rigid. But when the internal audit is done internally, the process is completely different. There will be a process optimization. There will be some automation happens. The process streamlines might change. Like the effect is different when you see outside the company and inside the company. So how important is you to select a proper domain? First of all, what is your interest? So if you are interested in taxation or accounting or something, so let's say if you are interested in accounting, you can opt for some companies like Goldman Sachs, where they give you the opportunity of fund accounting. That will give you a wide exposure of it. So when you are going for consulting, you can go for Big Fours or DCG. Then if you are interested in wealth management, you can try for some wealth management companies, HSBC, Barclays, and all. So my interest is to gain a wider experience, and so that is why I opted for a startup where I get a good experience. So now I am working with the different teams, and wide experience is what I gathered. Then comes your career goals. You should align with your career goals. Like Jeevan has explained earlier, if you want to go for a job in MNCs or service sector, you should go for industrial training in HSBC or some service sector organizations. So likewise, you need to align your goals. If you're or you want to pursue your career in investment banking, it is not right you to opt for some manufacturing entity or PSUs to go for industrial training. So always think about the long-term growth years of complete articleship. Then skill development. Obviously, you are shifting from audit background, audit firm to a corporate firm, corporates. So when you're going to the corporates, you will be getting a different style of experience, like the work environment, how people communicate, etc. So it will be a different type of experience altogether. So always think about your long-term perspective in selecting your domain. So there is also a question regarding the financial planning and analysis. I have been working in FP&A uh, since February. So I just want to clarify what is FP&A. First of all, there is a controller division in which I also work. So controller division always take care of the historical data, like what happens, what is happening. So it is stuck till date. So FPA is a department that works as a bridge between the historical numbers as well as the future prospects. So they create the bridge for the company to move forward. So they create a budget or allocation of budget. They prepare the forecast. So also they prepare the financial analysis, like uh, in the first session she said, Srishti has explained that the cost of one branch should not be affecting the cost of another branch. So just likewise, the financial analysis is performed to identify which zones we are having profitability, which zones we are not profitable. So we call it as a account wise P&L. Like Red Health is operating in almost 515 major cities in India. So we will be analyzing each and every city through the FPN department, the performance management and decision support. These two go in hand. Like they will do the analysis. They will keep some KPIs, keep performance indicators. Based on that, the movement is tracked for each and every account. Then the making is made. That's how FPA works. So this is just a wider classification. If you go in depth into the FPA, there is a lot more for the growth and development. Also, FPA is booming right now. So thank you everyone. I hope I have covered the major points for you. I'm open for any questions at the end in the second part once all the speakers are done. So on a generous note, I want to tell you we are open for industrial trainings at Red Health. So who are eligible, you can just contact me over the mail. You have my mail ID here. Thank you guys.
Okay, Hriday, thank you for that. We will definitely, at the end of the day, we will post it in the group as well. And currently, if at all, if there is any example on the resume preparation and what are the different domains in a nutshell, I think that would be great. Shrishti, can you touch upon that point?
Yeah, sure. Let me share my screen. Yeah. Let me know if my screen is visible. Is the screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, done. So, guys, while applying for an industrial training, one of the most important thing that comes in our mind is how to make our CV stand out from all the other people. So, I'm sharing you an updated CV of mine, which I used for applying, like the similar format I have used for applying in my industrial training, and now after qualification also I have applied through that through this CV only. So this is basically a BCG's editable template I used right for my applying for my industrial training as well, because it gives you a crisp way how your CV should be: your name, your mail ID, your contact number, and the LinkedIn ID. Like, LinkedIn is a very important thing. Many of the people have this in mind, okay, LinkedIn is just a social media platform to share your achievements. No, it is your reflection of your professional path, and also what a person you are apart from your office. Like, the relevant content you post on LinkedIn, whatever the achievements you share on LinkedIn, that becomes an important highlight for the recruiters to go and check before actually considering you fit in for that job. So these are the important details that you should be mentioning. Then comes your academic qualifications wala part, where you can phrase everything in a very proper tabular format in which you mention the year, degree, board, institute, the percentage, your attempt number, everything, like whatever you have done. Then comes the most important thing, that is our work experience. So one of the key thing that I will share you is whenever writing about your work experience, start it with the verbs. Just like that, you can see I have written identified 50 crore, independently led, audited, performed, evolved. So these kind of verbs or action words you should be using to start your experience section. It gives a very good impact to the person who is reading. Then quote as many as figures as possible. You can see in my resume I have mentioned 900 plus, 300 plus, 50, because there should be a material amount which you are quoting. Anyone can write, okay, I have audited the revenue, but what the recruiter will understand, how much amount, what is the materiality. If someone is auditing just 1 or 2 lakhs of revenue, that's not a thing that is like, for the recruiter, they see of how much amount of materiality have you handled. Be it the case of audit, if someone would have done in taxation, they can write, okay, we have helped the client to get these amount of refund, or we have helped to file these amount of income tax returns or the GST refunds or anything. So it's very important that you quote the exact numerical impact that you have worked upon. Then I'll tell you, whatever work you have done, please add that only in your resume, because many of the people, they add XYZ, anything which they haven't worked upon. But when the people ask you in the interview, in the resume, walk us through your resume or walk us with your work experience, they will ask you more and more question upon what all the pointers you have written in your resume in the work experience. Like in almost all my interviews for industrial training or be it after qualification, whatever points I have written in my work experience, all the questions were posed on that point itself. So they'll ask you on the job descriptions of industrial training, and also they will ask you questions related to your work experience to check whether whatever you have done your articleship in, you know the impact, you know all the concepts and all. It's not like that you have just written in your resume. So that's the most important thing. Then moving towards the next slide, which is the most important thing, like many of the people, like even I am not a ranker, I didn't had any rank, I just cleared in first attempt, and many of the people have this in mind, okay, if we don't have a rank, is it a limitation? So the best thing to avoid this is by having a very good extracurriculars in your hand. So I knew that am not able to get a rank in my CA, so I made it very possible that I have extracurricular activities to write on my resume, because this plays a very important role even in your industrial training. When you move out after qualifying, then also having extracurricular activities boost a lot of impact. Like let's take an example. I was there for an interview in D Shaw during my industrial training. So they were rankers, because you all know D Shaw has rankers and people from the first attempt and like that. But I was given a chance of interview and I went till the third round just because of my extracurricular activities that I had showcased on my resume. So it's very important to have those. On that note, I will tell each one of you to participate in all the competitions, everything that are organized by ICI, because that adds a lot to your resume. Even tomorrow we have an NTS at the branch, so I request you all to participate in that as well. So this is brief about how your CV should look. I'll share an editable template which Sampath will probably share in the group, so that you can get an example of in which way you should frame your CVs effectively. Then the thing comes role of LinkedIn. Like Hriday also mentioned, and a few other speakers who were speaking, LinkedIn is very important. Now, what a LinkedIn profile? If you have a good LinkedIn profile, it means you are better in visibility in the recruiter's eye. Because in the resume, we put a link to the LinkedIn profile. People go and actually check, because I have seen that people go in UBS and check the candidate's LinkedIn profile actually, whether they are posting relevant content or not, because that's a reflection of what kind of personality you are. Then growing your connection. More and more you grow your connection, connect with the people, that will help you to understand about domain. Let's take an example. If I want to go in some XYZ company, but I don't have any idea what is the work culture, how are the people there, what I'll do is I'll just go quickly over the LinkedIn, I'll search the name of the company, and I'll try to connect with the people, those who are working there. And then I will have a conversation with them. Now I get a lot of DM by people saying that please refer us. Now many of you will also, while finding your industrial training, will approach people on LinkedIn. I'll tell you to avoid directly sending them messages ki, hey hello, I want to get into industrial training, please refer me, this is my resume. No, that's not how you approach people. You need to first start a normal conversation with them, like, oh, hey, we hope that you're doing good. I got to know that you're working in XYZ company. Will you please let me know what kind of work culture it is? If you can guide me a bit, then you make a relation with that person, you talk a bit and get to know about them, and then you share your resume to them, because creates a negative impact in the mind of the person who is reading. If you are just in the first message, you are sending them your resume, telling them to just refer you without even knowing the work culture, so it is the biggest red indication that gives in the mind. Then another thing that I want to touch up is deciding the domain. The previous speaker Hriday has already covered more about it, so I'll just tell you these many domains are available. Your product control, in which all the investment banks like HSBC, JPMC, Goldman Sachs, UBS hires. Then there are private equity, Motilal Oswal, Samara Capital, and number of companies those hire for private equity, equity research. Then BCG hires for consulting. Then there are reg reporting, all like a number of FMCG companies, if they are hiring, they'll hire you for FP&A or internal audit. There are few boutique firms, those who hire you for M&A, like Eka Advisors in Bangalore. Then various other big fours also give you industrial training in these particular domains like investment banking, M&A, then accounting advisory or tax compliances. So basically, whether to what domain to go, it depends upon your future goal, as rightly quoted by Hriday previously. You need to get into a deciding factor. Okay, I have to go into investment banks only, then product control, reg reporting, fund accounting will be a better thing to start in. If you want to go into FMCG sectors or into the accounting side, then FP&A will be the best thing to go into it. If you want to go for consulting, so consulting, there is only BCG which is hiring, and few of the boutique firms in Mumbai or Gurgaon, those who hire for consulting, like your Inflection Point Ventures, Eka Advisors. So it depends upon your future goal and what you want to go in deciding the domain. Lastly, the one question, like, how do we find the vacancies? So the first thing is through the people working there. I just told you how to approach the people over LinkedIn, and you can approach them, get to know about everything, their experience, and then at the end ask about if there are any vacancies. Another best thing is to find through the company's career website. Then in the LinkedIn, you have LinkedIn job sections. ICI is industrial training portal. There are various WhatsApps and Telegram communities, those who keep posting about like the vacancies and all. There's also a few applications, like one of my application, which is known as CA Genie. So at CA Genie, we post all the daily vacancies for industrial training, articleship, semi-qualified. So these are few of the places where you can find all the industrial training vacancies and apply. So this was in a broader way what I wanted to cover about industrial training. If you guys have any questions or anything, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, Srishti Sahu, that is my name. I'll be happy to answer all the queries and everything there. So yeah, that was all, and I wish you all a good luck, and thanks SICASA for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Srishti, for your inputs. That's great. We will be sharing the resume as well for the purpose of students. It will be helpful for them. So, based on which, I would like to ask Hinder to continue his articleship experience, because he has done it from Barclays Bank, and if I remember, Barclays mostly comes in the ICI portals. So, Hinder, over to you.
So, yeah. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thanks you, SICASA, for this opportunity. So, my name is Inder. I am currently doing my industrial training from Barclays Bank, Chennai. And to cover regarding how I went, like how I entered the articleship, industrial training. So it was not into my mind initially, but after 1.5 years of my articleship, like till the 1.5 years, I didn't had any plan, like how to enter into it and all. But after 1.5 years, I've heard about it, like there's a concept of industry trading exists. So I was like a very nerd type. I didn't know anything at that time. So I started investigating like how to do what are the domains are there. And to be honest, I don't had any view like I wanted to go in this domain or this domain, because I don't know like after which domain I'll get what opportunity and all. So initially it went like that, but after a few many cold emails, I also used to send to people like that. To say sending cold emails. As Srishti mentioned, I used to send uh, directly, can you please refer me and all. So that way, I didn't get any inputs at all. But by doing that only, I recognized many things. Like first, we all add one question also. Like, do attempts matter when we go for industrial training? To answer that, when I initially prepared my CV, like in that I mentioned like first group I cleared it this time, second group I mentioned the year, which is not ideal. So maybe that way I didn't get any inputs initially. So I in that process only I corrected it. I mentioned the things which I did in my articleship. I mentioned what do you say? We just what do you say? Think like because of attempts or because of the grades, we may not enter into, may not get the opportunity to work in industrial training. But it's not like that, because at the end, the skills and how your confidence level, your communication skills, that only matters. So I realized it over the way, and in that way only, I just after 2-3 months, I ended up in Barclays. And in the interest of time, I'll just give you a brief introduction about the Barclays Bank and the domains which it offers. I'll just share the screen. Let me know once it is visible. Hope it is visible, Sampath.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So to give an overview of what exactly Barclays is, Barclays is a leading British bank of overall around 30 years of experience. It basically covers into retail banking, corporate banking, and investment banking services all over the globe. And it is mostly present all over the 40 plus countries. And basically in India, as Srishti mentioned, it has only 3 back offices in Gurgaon, Mumbai, Pune, and what do you say, Chennai. And basically it opens in main 2 core functions for the industrial trainings. One is finance, and second is CCO, control office, chief controls office. So to go into it, in finance function, the Barclays divides mainly into 3 areas. One is product control, other is treasury, and other is stress testing. Product control, which involves basically to the daily activities of the business, like involving with the business stakeholders and representing the daily P&Ls to him, and giving the front office versus back office reconciliations, and to ensure the accurate financial reporting to the stakeholder. It is like a daily activity for the operational level. Secondly, it has treasury department. In treasury department, it is responsible for basically the capital management and the funding requirements of the bank. Like it involves they basically evaluate what is the capital requirement for the bank, and the funding strategies. They do the what do you say, derivatives and hedging and all, including these strategies also, and liquidity risk management. Like being a bank, the liquidity risk is high, so to what we say cover that, they do this thing. And lastly, stress testing. This stress testing is the what we say a requirement and a compliance also for the global banks, because what is the level of capital it having that should be sustainable to what we say go into the what we say to survive in the market. So it considering all the environmental factors, the risk and everything, the stress testing will be done so that the bank is eligible to sustain in the market. So this is basically covers into the finance domain. Next, the second function Barclays which offers to industrial training is Chief Controls Office. Here, basically it is divided into again 3 domains. One is controls assurance, CVP, and government oversight. Control assurance, which basically I was allotted into. There are 2 areas, which is SOX and non-SOX. SOX, it's basically a Sarbanes-Oxley. It is a US bank compliance. Sorry, US listed entities should comply with this requirement, and non-SOX which covers with the reg reporting and the internal controls and the supporting to the business. These activities will be covered in the control assurance. I'll tell detail about it in next slide. I'll just cover the below 2 points also. Control business partnership is basically giving a strategic advisory between the partner and the business, and not duplicating the work between them. Like keeping the controls at the level so that the control of the business partnership is in line with the business and there is no duplication of the work going on. And lastly, it is government oversight, because being a bank, there are many, what we say, regulatory guidelines to be followed and by the bank, and be it Federal Reserve or something, they impose many, what do you say, oversight, and many circulars will be issued to keep an update over that and to ensure that everything is being followed. This department oversees the all governance requirements. So this is about the domains which Barclays offers in the market. And next, coming to my work exposure there, I was majorly into non-SOX thing, and I was allotted into CCAR testing, where we used to see the capital planning, funding planning, and funding curve. It's basically like what is the capital we need to require for this, and from the business point of view, okay. So what is the capital requirement for this quarter, be it half yearly, be it yearly. On that basis, we used to see that business used to do all the working. We just need to see that the approach they followed is in line with the thing. So in that way, we used to see the controls and how they are designed. So at the maximum level, to overall, there is no, what we say, or no operational inefficiency in the thing. Secondly, I was involved into reg reporting, which is basically a regulation of asset-backed securities. So asset-backed securities is basically a concept of securitization. And in that securitization, it's like we are dividing an asset. Suppose we have a loan and we are getting interest from that. That thing we will be converting into a asset what do you say, fixed in one of the pool. We'll pool out all the stuff and we'll give it to investors, in which they will invest and they'll get the interest from here. This is basically concept of securitization, which we'll be having in AFM also. You'll be getting a good idea there. So in that way, this has a regulation requirement in US. So I was involved in that as well. And lastly, FRY 14 reporting. It is basically into the, as Barclays is a spread all over the country, to say all over many countries. So in that sense, there are many intercompany transactions will be going on, and there are many intermediate holding also. So in US only, there are many Barclays offices situated. So in the interest of that, there is US government have issued a compliance in which the intermediate holdings and what is the US listed company, it should what do you say, give its capital requirement, and whatever the capital analysis it have, it should post that regulatory thing in that. So this reporting covers basically to the what do you say, to see whether this bank is holding good in the listing stock market and the interest of public. This basically covers for the reporting. And as I told, this was regarding the domain and all. Now coming to learning experience in Barclays, basically it was a very, what we say, insightful and very learning journey, because initially after starting into industrial training, the first day, what do you say, I didn't have any proper thing like how it would be and all, but the work culture will be there, and the people will get many insightful information that it's not about only work, but it's also about the culture we have, and we'll get the network also. We'll, as everyone mentioned, so that will be also the one input from there. And we have on edge also, like we may have a good time to study also. That is the thing. And after this, it will be leveraging to us in a way like this. The industry, in this industry, we have an edge over others, like we can perform better. These are the learning experience we have. And yeah, thank you for guys for your attention, and you can connect with me here.
Great, Inder. Nice insights from your side as well. So we will be going to the next, the next speaker, that is Ambika, who is doing the industrial training from Dr. Reddy's laboratories. Over to you, Ambika.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. This is Ambika from Hyderabad. So just a second. I'm sharing the screen. Yeah, so I have done my articleship from a mid-sized firm, that is VSMB and Associates. And I got an exposure of stat audit and tax audits, direct tax from my articleship. But I wanted to have something, but I wanted to learn something new. So I joined industrial training. Currently, I'm pursuing my industrial training at Dr. Reddy Laboratories. So about DRL, Dr. Reddy's is a global pharmaceutical company which is engaged in manufacturing and supply of API, biosimilars, and OTC products, and it operates in 76 countries. And next, coming to the department, I work in internal audit department. So coming to there are 4 wings in internal audit department. First, I'm gonna describe about SOX. So normally, what happens in other companies is they check at an overall level whether the company is complying with the SOX compliance. But in our company, there is a separate process for manage MRC controls and reviews. And next thing is most of the companies have their GCC, Global Capability Center, located in abroad. But in DRL, it is located at corporate office, which is there at Hyderabad. So we have an opportunity to get exposure in that and understand the testing of controls. And next, coming to market audits, as I have already mentioned, we have subsidiaries in 76 countries. So to ensure that all the subsidiaries in different markets are performing effectively and comply with global and local standards, we do this market audits. And next, coming to GMP, good manufacturing practices. These audits are done to comply with the US FDA and EMA Europe, and etc. There are more regulatory authorities which give the guidelines for this GMP audits, and this is done to ensure the quality, safety, and efficacy of the pharmaceutical products. And next, coming to the process audits, we take up few of the processes every year. And process audits is nothing but taking up the process and making a detailed investigation, examination of specific process, and find out if there are any deviations or risks, and ensure that the process is being done in a good manner after the audit. And my experience at DRL, it's been 6 months since I have joined DRL. So I am engaged in the process audits since 6 months. So for example, I have done compliance audit. I got a grip on this SEBI compliances as it is listed in this company is listed in New York Stock Exchange. It has to comply with different policies like Sunshine Act or Sarbanes-Oxley's Act SOX, and SEBI regulation, FEMA, FCRA, etc. So I understood how these monthly, quarterly, or annual filings are done, and the process of filing all of those things. And now I'm currently working on CapEx audit, and the exposure is also fine, going good. And coming to the questions. Do companies prefer AIRs? Most of the article students have this question, like, do companies prefer AIRs? As mentioned by Srishti, AIRs and rank, some companies do prefer AIRs, and they do mention it in the job description. But when it comes to the other companies which do not mention specifically about the AIRs, they do hire people with multiple attempts, or with no rank. It all depends upon the analytical skills, communication skills which you have. And then coming to this question, how important is ICI portal for IT? ICI portal will be helpful for us to know which companies are eligible for providing us the industrial training. And it also helps us in finding the vacancies. But you can also find the vacancies from LinkedIn or Telegram groups also. And next, coming to the notice period. Normally, as per ICAI, we need to give 90 days notice period. But what happens is it depends upon the firm's policies also. So, and in my case, there was no regulation obligation to give the notice period. So I got the opportunity on Feb 4th. My articleship was getting completed on Feb 9th, and with 1 week of notice period or 2 weeks of notice period, I left my articleship, and my principal was also supportive for this. And next is IT in Hyderabad. Coming to this, when I was searching for industrial training, there were very few vacancies in Hyderabad, and even now this situation is continuing. And next thing is, I guess Bangalore and Mumbai hire more industrial trainees, and there are more vacancies in Mumbai and Bangalore. And is it worth moving? Yeah, it depends upon the parameters. Like if you're getting a good exposure and a good role in which you are interested, it will be worth it from moving from your hometown. And next is you can even consider the cost. Like if the company is paying you less stipend, it will be difficult for you to manage all the expenses or costs which will be incurred when you're there at that place. And yeah, thank you for paying attention, and thank you, SICASA, for providing the opportunity.
Thank you, Amika. You have covered a major question regarding the industrial training situation in Hyderabad. Personally, when I have faced a lot of difficulty in finding it in Hyderabad, but eventually I was fortunate enough to find it. So yes, before we proceed on to the next section, there's our last speaker, which is Varshini, who is currently doing her industrial training from HSBC, but from Bangalore. Over to you, Varshini.
Hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. This is Varshini. I'm working in HSBC Asset Management Group as part of industrial training. Just a second, I would like to share my screen. I hope it's visible.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I have chosen industrial training because I just want to explore the asset management and investment banking group, as I'm not really interested in the key roles of CA like auditing or taxation, and I want to pursue CFA in future, and that's one of the main reason I wanted to pursue industrial training. Just a second.
Guys, and also the attendees, please stay till the end. We'll also have a questionnaire from you guys. Our speakers will be answering all your questions as well if you have any doubts. Yeah, Varshini, please continue.
Sorry, there was a technical issue. I had done my articles from a mid-sized firm in Hyderabad. It is known as B. Narsingrao and Company. I had started looking for industrial training after I completed 1 year of my tenure. I had done 15 months of articles in the B. Narsingrao and Co. I had exposure in auditing and assurance and taxation and compliance. And as I'm working in HSBC, I would like to give an insight into the different divisions of HSBC. We have different divisions like retail banking, commercial banking, global banking, asset management, and global functions. This might be helpful if anyone is looking for industrial training opportunities in HSBC. I just want to clarify that there is a huge difference between investment banking and asset management. Like people in articles would like to go into industrial training in investment banking, but there is a huge difference between investment banking and asset management that they wouldn't really know. Like the investment banking focuses on the corporate or government client aspect, like capital raising and giving advisory services for corporates and governments. But the asset management focuses on individual growths, like it focuses on mutual funds, ETF, and profile portfolio managements. As investment banking focuses on IPO, mergers and acquisition, debt, or equity issuance advisory. Investment banking usually acts as a consultancy for companies or governments for pulling the capital, but asset management helps in growing the capital and like giving advisory services into what to invest for. And investment banking is a short term growth aspect, but asset management looks after long term research. uh, I work under Global Fund Services in Asset Management Group. Asset Management Group is one of the division in HSBC. Uh, as I explained, like it provides insights into growth of individuals or institutions' capital. Uh, Global Fund Services is one of the department under Asset Management Group. In Global Fund Services, we help in uh, regulating the fund fund. Like we perform various oversight. Like if I want to explain, like the asset management group in Bangalore is one of the GSE. Like it's a global service center for it provides services to the global stock markets. Like we work for European and Asian stock markets. We have HSBC own funds. We regulate them. Uh, like we work for mainly European funds. There is this called Manco, like management company who performs or gives services or regulates. Hello. I hope I'm audible, right? Sampath, can you clarify?
Yes, Vaishnavi, you're audible. Please continue.
Okay. There is this management company which provides the services to the funds, like it regulates the funds. We oversight the uh, services that Manco is doing. Like we perform NAV calculations, which is net asset value, that defines the value of a fund. And like I'm part of taxation under GFS, so I work for VAT returns of the different funds, like the different taxation compliances globally. And we perform audit, like we help the auditing company in uh, getting the information to them. Like in our articleship, we usually we are the auditors, but here we are the clients who will be giving the information to the auditors. So that's it from my experience. But I would like to include that as I am from a mid-sized firm, uh, it depends on your skills, not the firm you're coming from. The different skills you would need to enter into an investment banking or asset management group would be like um, the um, basic knowledge of capital markets. Yeah, as someone as like if AFM and FR would be easy to, if we have already studied the AFM or FR, would it be easy to clear the interview? No, like to be honest, that's not the thing. As AFM, FR might be having, we are getting the subjective knowledge, but we are also should be having the practical exposure to the stock market. If you have like, if you're investing into stock market, that would be giving you practical exposure, how we are getting to know about audits and taxation in our articleship. Uh, and the interviewer won't be expecting an in-depth knowledge in the investment banking, because they also know that we are new to this sector, as we are from a CF firm where we will be having experience of taxation and auditing, but not the whole investment banking idea. They would just, we should be having just a basic knowledge of derivatives, different types of capital markets, the stocks. If you are really interested to get work done, like if you want to really explore in this area in future or not. Yeah, that's it. If you have any doubts, I would be helpful for you. Can connect me in LinkedIn.
Okay, great, Vaishnavi. Good insights from your side. And to be honest, speaking about the FR and AFM subjects, the first thing that I would say is because even I have been applying for industrial training. So the one thing that I would say is having a good knowledge of the FM in our inter and complete inter knowledge that we gathered is very important, because in the interview mainly the one thing that they will be mostly stressing upon is your experience and what is there in your resume and what do you know about the job description, and lastly anything related to your inter syllabus. Because as Vashini said regarding the AFM, whenever you have a practical knowledge regarding the stock market or all this stuff will just add up to the interview, because in the interview all they will see is your practical experience and the skills that you can apply when you are in their company. What value are you going to add to their company? So that's how we need to actually prepare for for an industrial training interview, and not stress upon to finish the final subjects before giving an interview. I think most of it has been covered, and now I think we can be just before we open the mic to the audience, any other insights that the speaker wants to give, you can give it now. Yes, Inder, you can add something if you want to.
So yeah, I have noted down few questions actually. So firstly is like having a CFA degree with which may add a value to the industrial learning. So regarding that, having a CFA degree, yes, it will have an edge, but subject to few areas. Like if we wanted to go in investment, what do you say, analyst part, because in CFA majorly we cover the analysis of the stock market, which will be majorly used in the private equity firms or the firms which are into investment banking. So in that areas will get more what do you say, edge over the others. So in that way, CFA would be helpful. But in on cases, CFA is not what do you say, mandatory. It's a additional add-on to your skills. And secondly, I'd like to add on the same thing on the FR and AFM thing, because in my Barclays also, I had completed FR at that time, but my peers who joined with me, they didn't complete any subject only, at all, because in interview the interviewer asked us, so whether you have completed or not. They said we didn't complete any subjects yet. So they tell, okay, well and good. They focused on the articleship experience which they did, like or whatever the things mentioned in the CV, that thing was focused, and on that base only they were evaluated. So that would be my second thing. And yeah, I have covered regarding the attempts and grades. They don't matter. Yeah, but in some companies which are being like BCG, DE Shaw, they consider first attempt people and rank holders. They have edge over others. But in other firms, there is no such category like we need to give at what do you say, on the basis of attempts and all. And lastly, to complete it, articleship exposure is really important, because on that base only you will be get evaluated. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Inder. So, okay, speakers, let's proceed on to the audience questions now. So now this will be an open mic session. So audience, you can pose your questions. I'll be also turning on the chat. So if at all you're hesitant to speak in front of, speak like of turning on your mic, you can just drop in the message. We will definitely just see it and post it. But prior to that, whenever you have a question, try to raise your hand so that it will not be a mess. Okay, Tejasri, you can ask your question. Please go ahead.
Hey all, that was a wonderful performance by everyone. So my question is about the certifications. So I have already completed my articleship, But after my CA, which certifications would be recommended? I want to know that. Like any certifications, there are Coursera certificates like that. So any, like, I'm not sure of any particular industry, like any general certifications suggested.
Speakers, over to you. Anyone can just answer it. Yes, Uday, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hey Tejasri, I had your question that about the certifications which you want to pursue after completing your articleship, right? So, based on the market conditions, I think IBC is going to boom in the next few years because AI is going to take care of the technical works and all. So there not much possibility that the technical certifications would help you. But I think based on compliant part, where a person need to sit and do something, where the rational thinking is required, logical application need to be made. Like in case of CIRP processor and IBC, it is going to be boomed in next few periods, and you can go with the valuation also, which is IBBI is providing with the NISM. So I think these two things will give a major fetch. Financial modeling and valuation is also going to is already booming as so many startups are coming in. They are going for funding. Example in which I'm working in, we have to work with an investment banker to prepare our financial model to display to investors. So yeah, these three will be a good fetch.
Thank you so much.
Sampath, you're on mute.
Thank you, Andar. Banu Prasad, you have raised your hand. Please go ahead with your question.
Hi, sir. This is Panu Prasad from Bangalore, sir. Sir, I really facing some problem with about getting known about industrial training vacancy, sir. I so many mail to the industry training, but almost 30 to 40 mails are sent, sir. But no response from any company. And I already touch with some LinkedIn profiles who are recently joined in industrial training. There is any specific way we can go? It easy to get to a vacancy and get into, sir. And there are some are already get into industry and they how they get it, it is really work reference in that reference will be a matter.
Banu Prasad, actually, even I can answer the question, but also the speakers add it after me. So as I can relate with your struggle, as even I have started my struggle from almost May of this particular year. Even I used to not get any calls, but definitely referrals actually help. If at all you know anyone in that company, that will definitely add a value to it. But nonetheless, even LinkedIn does help. But sometimes what happens is that there'll be huge load of applications, and sometimes they do a random sampling, and in that case, your resume might have been missed out. There'll be several chances, but don't keep stopping. Just keep trying. If at all you don't get it, it's okay. It's not an issue. You can still apply for it even after you qualify.
Yes, sir. And one more thing, sir. Some WhatsApp groups are in there, sir. That is my student club. They are offering some like a paid subscription. Like if there was a price 2K, they will recruit. It is really worth anyone, sir. Can I in group for industrial training?
It's over to you. If at all you have any knowledge about it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. That's it.
Inder, do you want to answer this question?
Yeah, actually, I also saw that. Like, I guess they will not confirm the placement, but I guess they'll give the more support services as such. So we can't, what do you say, assure on that. We can't stand on that. Like, if we pay, we'll get. There's no something big. They may get because you may approach it with the team also. Like my student club, they offer. You better have a conversation, because I guess it is run by CA Padam Banshali, I guess. So you can directly contact him. From that, you can get that. I'm sorry.
Okay, and we have some questions in chat as well. Okay, Banki sir, is your question resolved?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great. So we have a question from Vignayani Machagiri. Can you brief about the equity research domain, and will CFA level 1 be helpful for it? Inder, I think you can answer this as you have already told about CFA. So please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I just missed. What was the question?
Can you brief about the equity research domain, and will CFA level 1 be helpful for it?
Yes, CFA L1 would be, yes, because it is a equity research. Basically, it will be depending on the stock market and all. It will add value over there. And equity research domain, I guess mostly it will be helpful in the private equity domain only. And as such, I don't have much knowledge in the equity research thing. But CFA L1 would be really helpful, and you will have, what to say, an edge over others.
Okay, great. Srinidhi, you have some questions for Jeevan, as you said. Okay, just a minute. Today, do you want to speak anything?
Yeah, I just want to add up a point regarding this equity research. So, like most of the companies in India, post qualification would not prefer a CA without an experience in the equity research or investment banking domain directly. So, a CFA is really an added advantage to directly enter into equity research with lesser experience period.
Okay, great. Krishna, you have raised your hand. You can please go ahead with your question.
Hello, everyone. So I'm Krishna. I'm currently doing my articleship from one of the Big Fours. So I had a question to the speakers. So if any of the speakers have done their articleship from Big Four, if they can share some insights into their experience in the Big Four firm versus the industrial trading they are pursuing.
Speakers, over to you. Anyone can answer.
Sampath, I guess you can answer that. You are from EY, I guess.
Krishna, can you just repeat the question once again? I just missed it.
Yeah, hi. I'm just saying, like you're doing your articleship from you did your articleship from EY and then industrial training. So the experiences that you have got from both the firms. So should we really opt for industrial training, and which was better? Like insights on that.
Okay, I'll tell you my perspective. What was mine? I've done my articleship in EY in the internal audit domain. So for me, prior to joining EY itself, I decided I wanted to go for the industry itself because I want to enter in an industry. So talking about that, if at all you really want to go to industry or not, it completely depends upon your future goals. What do you want to do after you qualify? Don't just see, the near future, like probably 1 or 2 years, but see the far future, at least 5 to 10 years down the line, what you want to do. Because that is very important aspect is what I feel. In my 1 year of experience in EY, to be honest, I had a great exposure. I had a great team. So honestly, my learnings were actually better. And talking about my industry training, I've recently joined, so I cannot technically tell much about it. I'm very new. I have not even finished my 1 month yet. So for me, my goal was clear that I would want to end up in an industry, and my path went that way. And that's it from my side. And any speakers, do you want to add anything? Okay, I think good to go. Let's go for the next question. Praveen Kumar has raised his hand. Please go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Praveen. I'm currently doing my articleship from a mid-sized firm in Hyderabad. I just wanted to ask to the speakers there, what is the expected timeline that companies like HSBC and Barclays will take, starting from the recruiting and till the onboarding? Will be the expected timeline and the number of interview rounds.
Yeah. Hello, Praveen.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Am I audible, Anna? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Praveen. So coming to HSBC,
G1, you went on mute.
hello. Hello.
I know you're good.
Yeah. So coming to HSBC, it may take around 1 to 2 months, depending upon your date of joining from the date of application. People also, yeah, basically 1 or 2 months, and number of rounds would be 2 to 3 based on upon the for which you have been applied. So for my role, I have given 3 rounds of interview, which is first one is technical round, and second one is AVP round, who is basically my manager, and the third one is HR. Along with these three, we too have a written test, not related to the technical one, but it's a psychometric test where they'll ask behavioral questions and you need to answer them in MCQ format. So this is related to HSBC. Barclays, I think in the time on the
Yeah, thanks, Stephen.
Thank
So,
you.
coming to Barclays, in Barclays, there is basically a turnaround time of 1 to 3 months. It depends on the thing, but mostly it will be higher between 1 to 2 months only, because initially the main time will be get in the shortlisting only, because the normally cycle for the Barclays is every year May or June they will release the post, like we are recruiting industrial trainees. So from that time, in the shortlisting only, most the filtering is done, and after that there will be one round with the AVP and the what do you say, VP and AVP both combined, and after that, if required, they will take the next round, or else within that one round it will be covered. So that is the basically the thing in Barclays. Yeah.
Okay, great. So next, there was a question from Srinidhi that she had a questions to Mr. G1. So Srinidhi, G1 is available in the meeting. You can ask him if you have any question.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Mr. Jeevan. I just had two questions. The first one would be, what is the knowledge base expected from the individual specific to the domain that you're pursuing in industrial training, which is intercompany transactions? And the second would be, what all domains are open in HSBC for industrial training?
So they'll expect you to be good at reconciliations. So if you are in GST team or if you're in stat audit team, when you're in articleship, you will perform a lot of reconciliations, right? So they'll check if you're good with reconciliations, and they'll check your analytical skills, like what's the material amount of the reconciliations you worked in your articleship. So we'll get GST notices, right? So that may be even in stat audit, there will be number of huge amounts of money you will work with. So they'll check if you're competent enough to reconcile and substantiate the same aspect. Basically, they'll check your analytical skills. That's not much from IFRS or AFM or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for.
Okay, Srinidhi, hope your question is clarified, and thank you, Jeevan. So moving on to the next, Janvi has asked a question regarding what kind of LinkedIn post should I make. Janvi will be covering this all in the second session, which will be in the next week. There will be also saying like what kind of skills are needed, and which we'll be also adding this thing. We'll remember that. So please also come for the second session so that you can understand what type of post also do we need to post. But usually there is nothing specific that you need to post, but always be updated with your skills. And moving on to the next question, there is a question from Satish. Satish, would you like to speak?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Like, I am pursuing my articleship in internal audit domain. So I would like to know which domain helps me to upgrade my skills in the same internal audit domain, and as well as can you suggest a firm which help me to upgrade my skills in the industrial training?
So yeah, hi Satish. So to answer that, if you're interested in the internal audit domain itself, like you want to go deeper into in that domain only, you can go for what you say, the companies which are offering the domain are also you can go to the big four also, like in KPMG, Deloitte, or EY. The industrial training, in the internal audit domain, they also have a very good clients, and the level of exposure will be very much more compared to mid-sized firms. So you can see as that one option for the big fours. And in other firms, if you are interested in the finance industry, in that also there will internal audits, like you are into how do you need to plan something and you need to place some controls, you like the stuff kind of work, you can go to the finance industry. Or else if you are into manufacturing industry, in that base only there are many company wise also they are in the internal audit domains, so you can go in that way. So hope it would suffice your query.
Hope your question is resolved, Satish.
Yes, yes.
Keep exploring the domains. Definitely internal audit adds an advantage as you'll have a good outline of a business.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So next question, we can go to Tejasri. She has raised her hand. Please, Tejasri, proceed with your question.
Hi again. Ambika, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Ambika, you have mentioned that we can access all the industrial training opportunities through Telegram and WhatsApp. Can we get those links?
Yeah, I'll send it to Sampath. He'll share it in the group.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, hope your question is resolved. The next is Kajal Jha. She has raised her hand. Please, Kajal, you can go ahead with your question.
Hello. Actually, my doubt is related to I want some advice. Like I recently gave interview in one of the fintech company, and they are offering the domain that is basically related to work reconciliations or some compliances related work, and they want me to answer like uh, they want me to give 100% surety that I will join or not, but I become eligible from 3rd of October. So what should I answer to them at this point of time? And there are more problems like the traveling time is about 2.5 hours to reach that company. So can you advise me?
Hi Kajal. It basically depend on like you have applied for that company only and you are decided to join to that only, or you have other options also.
I don't have any other options. Like I'm trying, I'm applying at multiple places. I have not got any response. So
Okay. Again, it's like basically you should be from your call only. Like it's your point of view. Like how will you see that? If you wanted to, if the work is in line with your future goals and like what domain you want to choose, you can go for that. And coming to the distance you are telling, you can manage it with a PG or there, or else because 2.5 hours traveling is not making sense. I feel, because you can take any hostel or something and you can stay there. And regarding the joining date part, you can tell them like I'm eligible from that date, because in Barclays, in my case, when I asked to my partner regarding this, he initially it was very tough for me. Like from my firm there was no industrial trainee, but after a few considerations, he told me like, okay, I'll allow you, but you should stay for more there because you need to complete this client. He mentioned that there. So I mentioned the same with the HR team. They also accepted, so they won't uh, reject you because of these reasons. So you can tell, because it's I say guideline only that you will join from the 3rd October, then it's fine. You can tell that. Yeah.
okay, thank you. I have one more question. Like most of the companies require some soft skills or some technical skills like SAP and Power BI. So also some advanced level of Excel. How we can learn this software? Can you guide me?
Uh, Commenting on that Power BI and Excel, because we have a lot of content on YouTube, we can use that. But on the SAP part, because it's a subscribed one, we can't explore more on that, because if you are working on any client which SAP, that would be helpful to you. Or else SAP and the client, if you are going to any industry where the SAP is used, they'll obviously give you training, so that is not a issue for you. But SAP won't be a criteria mostly. For any employment wise, they will see the SAP what do you say, experience. But in initial training, that is not a major consideration. And regarding the soft skills, yes, if you have soft skills, that would be adding value to your work also. So you can use the references from YouTube and all. Yeah.
Okay, okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sampath, you're on mute.
My bad. Thank you. Banu Prasad, you have raised your hand. Please go ahead.
Sir. Yes, sir. Sir, are there any opportunity to move into full-time role after completing industrial training, sir, in Barclays or HSBC?
That actually depends. I mean, usually it depends upon your performance. That's the first aspect. And the second aspect would be based on your team and all. So that is mostly from my side, which I have seen as an article student currently. But over to the speakers who are having knowledge about their firm.
Yeah, hi Banaprasad. This is Hruday.
Yes, sir.
So actually, few companies will provide you the pre-placement offers at the last month of your industrial training, but not sure about all the companies. In MNCs, they use some KPIs, and based on the KPI level in which you are, if it is advisable for them to retain you, they will provide you a pre-placement offer. It's purely based on your performance. Like in my case, there is a discussion with the CFO that I will be retained, but it is not an official communication for time being.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Yeah.
Sir.
I think Jeevan want to add something.
Yeah, yes, Banu. So, with related to retention, HSBC before, when old scheme was there, people used to work for 1.5 years in, the internship role. So what used to happen is they would write their CA finals when they're in internship, right before 1 or 2 months before the internship. So what would happen is if they could clear, they would directly, take them into full time immediately. But now what's happening is people are working for only 1 year,
Sir.
and then after intern is is staying idle. So the talks between the intern and the company is not, making them to turn us into full time. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks.
Guys, we have one more hand that is from Sandeep. Please go ahead, Sandeep.
Yeah, thank you for giving opportunity. I am currently pursuing articleship in one of the big four. So I want, after completion of my 1 year of articleship in big four, so I wanted to pursuing industrial training in Asia and Co. So anyone give guidance regarding such, how many interview rounds and how can I prepare for that?
Yeah. Hi, Sandeep. To answer that, DShaw has actually, as I told, it basically prefers rank holders and all. But there are few cases like who passed only both groups at first attempt and all. They see that criteria also without ranking. If they pass in first attempt, they will see. And coming to interview rounds, firstly, the first part is to getting shortlisted. I was shortlisted, but the first round was it is a AI round. They'll give you 3 questions on how it will be video. What do you say? Interview. So you will answer your response will be recorded in that will be the first case, and post that also there are 3 rounds. As far as my knowledge, but it will depend on. And if you want more information regarding this, you can approach to a person who is already doing industrial training there, and not directly ask jumping and referring to refer me. You can simply say that, hi, can I know this and this? In that way, if you build a conversation, that would be very helpful to you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
And also one more thing that I would want to add is, as your article in Big Four, try to make as many connections as possible from now on. Use LinkedIn as much as possible, so that you can at all the company that you want to go in, if at all you have a connections over there, then possibly, at least getting an interview call can be easier. Because this is what I have observed, even when I have joined, Big Four as an article, it was easier for me to get an interview call because I had a reference. So that is what I would say. Use LinkedIn as much as possible, get the connects there, and move forward. And we have another question from Deeksha Nagesh. I'm applying continuously for vacancies, but I'm not getting any responses, and I got rejected in interview twice. I don't know how to get industrial training in the field of IFRS or FP&A. Inder or anyone who would want to speak on this.
Okay, Diksha, hi Diksha. Even I faced the same thing, that I had a couple of other offers as well, but which I couldn't make it till the end of the interview, which I couldn't select. Yeah, regarding the resume, I would ask you to build an ATS tracker friendly resume, as the manager or the HR will be receiving bunch of different invoices, but they won't be picking it up individually. They would just throw it to an application where it picks, depends on the JD they would need. I would suggest you to change the resume or modify the resume as per the JD, which the company is posting. And regarding the interview, you can actually reach out to HRs, like where was the mistake that did happen. That would be helpful.
Okay, thank you.
Also, I just want to add one more point. In the resumes which you are preparing, never show that you are overqualified for the position, because it would not give a positive impact on the resume. As she said, they are using the ATS trackers. When you are exceeding the limits they have kept on the software or something, as far I know, it will automatically remove you from the list, because they don't feel that you are applied for such a particular position. So just keep your skills and technical skills certifications matching the JD or the role you are applying. That you should not be underqualified or you should not be overqualified for the position.
Great insights, Reddy. I hope your question is resolved. And we are going to close this, guys. So before closing, any one last question? It's appreciated.
Sir,
Okay.
can you please share all the speakers' LinkedIn profiles in WhatsApp group, sir? So
Sure,
in
they will
future,
share it after this session. Definitely, they will share. Currently, there is one last question for this session from Nisha Kiran. Please go ahead.
Hey guys, it was wonderful. Everyone were really insightful. Everything was perfect. But I would like to know, how exactly would you, form the ATS friendly resumes, and how to just get past that round? It's very for the beginners friendly. How would you, get that done? If you could just give me that information, that would be great.
Yeah. Hi, Nisha.
Hey.
So actually, there are some free tools on Google Chrome available as ATS resume checkers. So you can test it on that. It will mostly give the 80% of accuracy on the ATS score, and the rest of that you need to get a paid subscription for that. But if you are getting an 80% on that free subscription, then it is good to go. Or else you can purchase a paid subscription to clearly update your resume and everything.
Yeah, thank you. That
And I
was
would
helpful.
like to add that maybe you can use ChatGPT as much as you can. It will really helpful.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, everyone. So time for closure. Thank you, everyone, for coming for this wonderful session. And also, additionally, I would like to add that tomorrow we have a national talent search competition in our Hyderabad branch of SICASA. So anyone interested in sketching, instrumentals, chess, and drama, you can join. We'll be sharing the link as well in the group. Additionally, you can also, if at all you're not just figured out yet, you can come tomorrow directly on spot and also participate in the competition. If you win, you will be going to the regionals, and it will be a great experience, as earlier Shrishti Sawa has mentioned. So I hope everyone is clear with the questions. There'll be another session next week. So hope you all come to that. Over to you, Sumant.
So first of all, I thank all the speakers for giving their wonderful insights, and all the students from starting. First of all, I would like to just, tell congratulations, because, it's just half the way, and we have a second part for this in the coming week, which we are planning to be on Saturday. But if it is feasible, we will even, just try to prepone it as well, based on the speakers availability and all the dates as well. And as you know, I guess I have seen the questions as well, because most of them are asking, like the CV buildings or ATS friendly resume, or how to build a good LinkedIn profile. Regarding the interview processes, how to, how can you answer the interview questions? How can you make yourself better in answering the questions? Like, like simple questions, like, like what's your strength, what's your weakness? All these questions, all these things, and the skills which will eventually give you an edge, compared to other applicants in this particular industrial training. All these points we will be covering in the second session. And at last, we'll be sharing a small feedback form in the WhatsApp group. So please kindly fill that form. Like whatever is your feedback, or whatever the suggestions which you want to give, you just fill the feedback form, which we will take into consideration, and we will try to execute all those suggestions in the upcoming session. So hereby we can close this session. Thank you each and everyone.
I just want to add one thing. This session is recorded, so most probably in the coming week itself, we'll be posting this. So if at all you have missed anything, no issues. You can rewatch it once it's possible for us to upload this video on YouTube.
Yeah, actually, I forgot that. Thanks for telling, Sampath. Yeah. So we have a SICASA YouTube channel as well, so which we will be posting this recorded session completely on that. If you have missed any of your part, or even any of your friends, if they've missed this, you can just tell them to watch it on a YouTube channel as well, which most probably we'll be posting upon maybe within a couple of days. After posting as well, we'll post it in our WhatsApp groups and Instagram as well. So stay tuned for the part 2 updates as well. And I thank each and everyone for participating. Thank you very much. See you all in the second session, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, SICASA. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sumant. Thank you, Sampath. Thank you, SICASA.
Thank
That was a great exercise.
Possible right now, like we are 20 members. If possible, you can just all of them on your videos. So we'll just take so that we'll just click a small screenshot for that.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Even everyone, the students as well.
The students can also turn on their videos.
Anyone else who want on the
Sumant, take a screenshot of this.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yes, yeah. Sampath తీసాను ఒకటి ఒకసారి నువ్వు ట్రై చేయి బికాస్ నాకు అన్ని రావట్లేదు స్క్రీన్ కదా. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. See you everyone in the second session. And once again, thank you, speakers, for taking your time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sumant. Thank you, Sampath.
Thank you.